Welcome back to One Hit Wonderland, where we take a look at the full careers of artists who are known for only one song. And this week, we're doing a special holiday edition. And I'm feeling pretty Christmassy, aren't you? I mean, I even got a Christmas tree up and everything. Well, actually, my roommates put that up. They were making a big deal about it. None of those presents are for me. I checked. Not that I got them anything either. You know, like they don't really talk to me much, except when I'm late on rent. And I think they said they wanted to do something Christmas related with each other before they go home for the holidays. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just staying here. I'm really not much of a Christmas person.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too.
I don't know when I became so much of a Scrooge, but most Christmas music just doesn't do it for me anymore. I mean, they used to before I heard them all a zillion times. Nowadays, I think I associate Christmas music with Christmas shopping, and I hate shopping.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Just never changes this music. It's just the same songs over and over again. There's just nothing new to say about it. And even if you did write a new Christmas song, I've probably heard billions just like it. We've exhausted all possible ways to write Christmas music. And as proof, I would point out that as far as 30 years ago, Christmas music started getting weird.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yes, today for One Hit Wonderland, we are looking at a holiday classic, one of the few post-baby boomer additions to the accepted canon of Christmas music, the jolliest, most festive song ever written about vehicular manslaughter. This is a song about murder. Yeah, you realize that, right? Kids and families have all been laughing and singing along with a song about a loved one's violent, painful death. Just so we're all clear on that, right? Yeah. I have to know how this happened. And I have to know what the deal is behind Elmo and Patsy, the two freaks weird enough to want to sing this song. How do you get into the business of singing morbid holiday novelty music? Well, let's find out. Yes, everyone, it's time to celebrate the holly jolly holiday with some holly jolly homicide. So let's get in the Christmassy granny killing spirit. Ho ho ho! Our story begins with Merle Haggard.
If we make it through December.
In 1973, he released a Christmas album, including the Stone classic If We Make It Through December. But we're not talking about that song, but instead a less than 2-minute long piece of album filler called Grandma's Homemade Christmas Card.
Grandma's homemade Christmas card from long ago hangs proudly in the treetop with the tinsel snow.
Spoilers, Grandma's dead at the end. This plot development pissed off songwriter Randy Brooks, who decided to save everyone some time by writing a song where you're not blindsided by a dead grandma in the final verse because Grandma's dead right at the beginning. Now you can have a whole song about dead grandma, isn't that great? Brooks wrote down this joke song and started playing small hotels and clubs. One night at the Lake Tahoe Hyatt, he also shared the stage with one Elmo and Patsy Shropshire, a husband and wife bluegrass team who did performing on the side. This is, for the record, exactly what I expected them to look like. Elmo's day job was as a vet. He grew up taking care of racehorses. In the 70s, he moved from Kentucky to San Francisco and started an animal hospital. Nice seeming guy. He and his wife played music on the side. In 1979, Elmo and Patsy heard this song, liked it, and asked Randy Brooks if they could perform it themselves. And they did. They recorded it in 1979 and put it out on their own record label, and in a sane world, no one would have listened to it, and that's where the story would end. But that's not what happened.
I was always looking for something that was offbeat, funny.
It's all thanks to a San Francisco DJ.
It started getting airplay in San Francisco country music stations where it was immediately controversial, with some people hating it for its morbid subject matter, others thinking it was absolutely hilarious. And it started spreading from there to other country stations, and then to pop stations, until it somehow became a ubiquitous Christmas staple, becoming the #1 Christmas single of 1983, 1984, and 1985.
Some people loved it and some people hated it.
It also frequently pops up on lists of most hated Christmas songs of all time, only getting edged out by the Singing Dogs version of Jingle Bells. Really? Who could dislike this song? Well, let's find out. You know, as a kid, I didn't even realize this song was about death.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I mean, I got that Grandma got run over, but I didn't realize she was actually, honest to God, dead.
You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
But yeah, she's really quite very dead in this. It wasn't a quiet, painless death either.
At the scene of the attack, she had hoof prints on her forehead.
Okay,
And in
I'm just gonna drop the sarcasm. I think this song is terrible. Actually, I don't even know that goes far enough. I think this might be my least favorite Christmas song of all time.
She'd been drinking too much eggnog.
I'm not sure how I can explain, but this song just kind of fills me with dread. It starts and my skin starts crawling and I get nervous and kind of nauseous. And there's something about this song that just disturbs me, like really deep down. Now, it's not that I don't like dark or weird things. I like dark Christmas music. I like the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. And the Killers have a song called Don't Shoot Me Santa that I really enjoy. And of course there's Weird Al's Christmas at Ground Zero, which is a holiday must-listen. So it's not that it's dark that bothers me about this. I think part of the reason what's wrong with it is just how deeply unfunny it is.
Should we open up her gifts or send them back? Send them back.
Elmo and Patsy's vocals are just... Actually, I don't think Patsy sings on this at all. I wonder if she still gets royalties. But anyway, Elmo sings this in this voice that's just this strangling, browbeating, forced humor like a parody of a kids show host. I feel like I'm constantly being violently elbowed in the ribs, you know? Get it? Get it?
And the blue and silver candles that would just have matched the hair in Grandma's wig.
And it's not like I have no experience with corny-ass bluegrass music either. I've listened to quite a bit of Ray Stevens in my day.
Well, yes, they call him the street. Let's show off his physique.
Ray Stevens is probably who Elmo was trying to emulate here, but he's much less funny. This, as you can imagine, is a very serious criticism.
Grandma got run over.
And also, of course, the crappy, chintzy Casio production doesn't help any, especially that endlessly repeating Jingle Bell riff. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun.
Now we're all so proud of Grandpa. He's been taking this so well. See him in there watching football.
So, is the implication here that Grandpa framed Santa and killed Granny himself? Or did he just passively loathe his wife and is happy she's gone? You decide. I think my problem most of all with this song is just how it doesn't seem to realize how dark the joke actually is. Ha ha, she's dead, get it? Like, isn't this a wacky turn on the holiday spirit? No, it's not wacky, it's just upsetting. I have the exact same reaction to A Christmas Story, by the way. Isn't it funny that his tongue got stuck to a pole and that Grandma's dead? Nah, not really, no, it's just kind of disturbing and wrong. Hell, even the video is off-putting. It looks like a John Waters movie.
They should never give a license to a man who drives a sleigh and plays with elves.
I don't get it. Why not? What's wrong with sleighs or elves? Why is that so bad that you don't deserve a driver's license? What have you got against elves? Ugh. Can we really call anything they did after this a failure? I mean, failure implies that they could have succeeded, and I'm not sure that's true. I mean, there's not exactly a huge market for musical comedy, especially not back in the 80s and 90s, and there was Weird Al, and then there was what? No one, right? Well, anyway, they did in fact record another song with an actual music video and everything, and again, I think the joke was darker than they were prepared to deal with. It's called the Doomsday Waltz.
Did you have to wait till doomsday to say I love you? Did you have to wait till the missiles were in the air?
Ah, here's another fun little piece of Cold War paranoia straight from the Atomic Cafe. Actually, I think that's a pretty decent premise for a song. It's funnier than Grandma getting run over, at least. But much like their first song, Doomsday Waltz is funny for exactly one line, and after that you can just go ahead and ignore the rest. It doesn't really escalate like Christmas at Ground Zero, which only got more gleefully, dementedly wrong as it continues.
Don't open your heart till just before an H-bomb blast.
Considering that Patsy's website proudly says that this song got played once on the Today Show, I'm going to assume it didn't do all that well on MTV, or anywhere. Also, speaking of failed follow-ups, Elmo and Patsy divorced in 1985.
Better too late than never.
Do I really have to do this? Okay, after the divorce, Patsy went on to do, I don't know, something or other. No, actually, I read Patsy's website. It says she did a lot of commercials, and after the breakup, she bounced around various jobs as a music teacher, a DJ, an auctioneer. And while Elmo appears to own most of the legacy of Grandma, Patsy seems to have taken charge of the song's B-side, Percy the Puny Poinsettia. turning it into a children's book, and also this monstrosity. After a long hiatus, she got back into recording holiday novelty music again. I don't really recommend it. She also seems like she's the kind of person who will eventually see this video, so I'd like to say that she seems like a nice lady who's lived a very interesting life and has accomplished more than you or I ever will. While Patsy mostly retired from music for a long time, Elmo kept going as a solo act, calling himself Dr. Elmo. Again, I'm not sure if success was ever going to be possible on the scale of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, but Elmo has certainly tried, with many other holiday novelty singles, none of which ever got much play, like this one about fruitcake.
It was harder than the head of Uncle Bucky, heavy as the sermon of Preacher Lucky. One's enough to give the whole state of Kentucky a great big belly ache.
Fruitcake jokes. Have you ever even seen a holiday fruitcake? I think they went extinct decades ago. In addition to Grandma's Killer Fruitcake, he also recorded such songs as Grandpa's Gonna Sue the Pants Off of Santa and Don't Make Me Sing That Grandma Song Again. There were thematic similarities in his work is what I'm saying here.
No place was busier than my grandma's store.
In 2002, he also managed to turn the song into the perennial holiday favorite TV special of the same name. Apparently a lot of people have watched this on Cartoon Network over the years. I have never heard of it. I tried watching it, and you know what, I have a pretty strong stomach as far as bad movies go, but I made it through about 5 minutes before I turned it off. I did get to see Grandma get trampled though.
You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
That's pretty funny.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
This episode was a mistake. This is not what this show is supposed to be about. I was expecting to cover underrated real artists, and novelty holiday songs are as far from real artists as I can get. Putting this episode together was torturous. I don't ever want to listen to this song ever again.
Sing it, Grandpa.
Yeah, I think I'm somehow even less in the Christmas spirit than I was when I started. I just want this all to be over. Can we just skip to Groundhog Day? Blech. You know what? There's only one Christmas song I ever want to hear again for the holidays. You know what it is. Now that song is going to stick around forever. I'm Todd in the Shadows, wishing you a happy holiday where a loved one is not recklessly killed by a folkloric holiday figure. Merry Christmas to all.